feel we're following through the process in which it is. If there was no people in democracy, we don't get what we get. So we're pretty close to getting what we're getting, so we decided the people need to come. And we need to come to this building, and hopefully the people will be heard. Because without people speaking up, there is no democracy. So with that said, any questions? And then we're going to go through our travelings through Oahu. Any questions that anybody has?
Walter, what legal recourse do you have if the PUC, isn't allowing you to intervene in the case? I don't know, is Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation, standing behind you? What other recourse do you have?
Yeah, when you challenge the state legally, it's really, really a sticky situation because they can claim immunity, they can claim all kinds of stuff. So as far as legal actions that we're going to take, we're talking to lawyers and we're having very serious discussions about filing lawsuits against the ratepayers, filing lawsuits against Molokai Ranch for extortion, racketeering, and misuse of the fair practice law. Sorry, I'm busy. So that's the legal actions we're taking. We're taking aim at Molokai Ranch as far as the community is concerned because we're leaving all of the legal stuff in the hands of the governor and of the Ombudsman's office because I don't think we can do anything really in the courts in solving this problem.
You probably wouldn't have a case if you took the state to court, is that what you're saying?
Well, if the Ombudsman's office comes up with some good stuff, we might have a case because they're doing the investigation on behalf of us, the legal part. So we figured we would go after Molokai Ranch because they initiated this thing purposely, is what we feel, in order to get a huge rate increase. They went on a regular way of getting a rate increase, like they tried to get La'au Point, and they got nowhere. So if they went to get a rate increase, the rate increase would have been a normal rate increase. So they decided to do this other tactic, which was threaten the state that our health and safety is going to be in jeopardy because they're going to close down. And that threat got them 178% without them even asking for it. So we feel that's extortion on us. That's the road that we're going to take as a community against the ranch. As far as the public steps that we're going to take, we're going to enter into democracy. We're going to be naive enough to think that we can go through the system as a people, and as long as we raise our voices, we can get a solution. So this is a test for everybody because something very bad has happened to the public. And the public is going to go through a democratic process to try and resolve it. And then the legal process, we're going to go on against the ranch.
And what do you say to maybe other residents who think that maybe the community ought to have allowed some development or come to some agreement with Molokai Ranch when they tried to propose some development to keep the island going with the hotels and the golf courses?
That's what we were doing. We were going through a process. The process was at step one in front of the Land Use Commission. And we all participated and we went through the process that was created by our democracy, and they just pulled out. And left everybody high and dry. I mean, we were all in the process. So, we don't feel like we're the bad guys at all in all of this. It's people, these foreigners who don't understand maybe the process. And they're the ones who pull the plugs and actually feel out to us.
Can I ask what's like an average bill for water? What do you pay now?
Before the 178% increase.
Steve, some of the...
It depends on the users. Small residential user of a house or a 1,000 square foot house was before maybe around say $100 without doing anything. I mean no garden, nothing. We've been paying a house for my son that's about $500 a month. It's really pricey. It will go up. It was already
That's after the increase?
No, that's before. It was already excessively high. It will probably go up to just prorate that to the rate increase.
$500, and what's the household, or how much was your usage? Do you have
That's a medium-sized household with some garden areas, growing some food for sustenance.
Is there an average family of 4, 5? I don't know.
Again, varying from residential to agricultural, and it's completely different. In the town of Mauna Loa, for example, the houses are like plantation style houses, really small lots. I don't think we have anybody here from Monroe, but I'm guessing, you have anything?
So I have here a letter dated August 27th
Oh, Byron.
from Molokai Public Utilities.
Stand up, Byron. Byron's from Monroe.
Come.
Both of my parents is in a wheelchair. Right next is my auntie. She's 82 years old. Right next to my mother and my father, there's my uncle. She's 83. There's 4 families right there that they would have to come up with an extra $1,000 a year, fixed income, Social Security. They will not complain. They've been through this before. My family loves Molokai, but they will pay the bill and they will not complain. They love Molokai, they love Hawaii. They're in a wheelchair. I have 7 families up in Mauna Loa who pay an extra $1,000 a year for their water that they cannot pay. Nobody gave them a raise. So then we're talking for my family alone, $10,000 in an economically hard time, Molokai, Mauna Loa. We love Mauna Loa. We will stay there, no matter what happens. We love Mauna Loa. We love you all. My family loves you all too. They will not complain. My families are not winders. They are fighters. They don't know I would come to here to say this. But I come here knowing that my God will help them. My enemies will not triumph over us. All we need is water for our garden to help subsistence. Carlo, a Filipino. We cannot beg. I love you guys. In Jesus' name. Hard times.
Before the increase, what was the bill, average water bill for one resident?
So you said 5 people, yeah?
To be honest with you, there was an estimation. First you pay $15 to $18. The second month they have a guesstimation, it doubles. So I pay $40 the next month. So I made mention why the estimation. So the next week there is no estimation if I made mention of it. But we just want to pay the bill so we don't have this urgent cutoff on your water. But God has been good, and you know, we try to pay our bills. It's a stiff one, but I want to thank the Lord that there is water for us to water our garden. I just want to take up too much of your time.
Thank you.
Walter, you mentioned you guys are going to Maui next week.